Good day. Brazilian, good day, everybody. This series is just to start now. This is grade now Single of the arriving. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat India today on 18th August 2025 after a gap. I think more than 15 days gap because of various reasons. I'm happy that I'm again talking to you. It's a requirement for quality, it's a requirement for world, it's a requirement for everything. Today I'm going to give you something very special, and that is about a program, a township. It's very important that we should be worried about that. We should be worried about quality of life, and that quality of life cannot be considered otherwise, If you don't give quality of life, you can say something is wrong. Something is wrong somewhere. Here you can see a specific name for our country, and that is India town. This is a key plan, though there exists no physically, but it's in my mind. This concept was conceived in 1992. It was lying on papers. Manually I did this for a couple of years in those times when I was here in this country. I did everything manually, but now because it's more than 30 years, I think that it should be done computerized. I cannot computerize everything, but to whatever extent I can do so that it can be published and people know it. I don't know what promoter would be. It's up to promoters, but I'm doing my job. It's for connectivity of all people in this country. That is called harmonized people, unified people, secular people. This program is very specific. It's not related to one, it's related to everyone, and even it relates to entire world population. Because people should live in harmony and not in wars. Those who want to live in wars, they work against nature, they work against Supreme, and I'm not interested in that. You should not work against Supreme, you should not work against nature. That's not acceptable. Title is very significant. What I'm talking is that is gross level quality. It's not simply quality on materials or quality on procedures. I'm talking about quality as a whole, and that's very important point. This drawing which you see, this has around more than, you can say, 50 or 55 complexes linked together, to say placed together in this space which was done long back. I could not comply with this, but I have to revise it again and again depending on requirement. And I am also looking for some party or some promoter who can endeavor, who can have entrepreneurship on this requirement, because I am sure that keeping in view current market rates of construction and facilities, utilities, you can say, whatever utilities are required for every building and every complex, estimated cost may be somewhere more than 200,000 crores, or we can say in this country 2 lakh crores. Currently it should be more than that, because I've just taken construction cost versus and at rate of 3,000 per square feet I've considered. That's only for buildings, but you see around facilities and all that, it comes to landscape, hard landscape, soft landscape, and utilities that have to be run. You may say it may cross 200,000 crores currently, and when you do this, maybe a couple of years it take, and it will become around 250,000, maybe 250,000 crores. So it's very big amount as far as public is concerned, but it's public project. It's not private project. It shall be sold, each flat shall be sold, it shall have more than 100,000 apartments or more, depending on what size it is. And it's very complicated. So many designs are there. You can say buildings A to Z are there, counting 0 to 9 are there, and many other views like swastik, like cruciform, and you may say Om. And likewise, you can see here, I'm just trying to show you a glimpse of this, because today it's very important. However, it's very, very important in this case, and I am sure you may like it or not. It's up to you. Let me start, let's say, from here. Here is, you can say, I have given a hospital here, general hospital, the place is not enough, but I will write that. I have kept hospital tower in swastik form. swastik, which is a symbol of prosperity, which is a symbol of, you can say, consider signature of universe. Or you may say health, good health if you have. It's related to swast also. Swastik means swast, your health. And there are carports here one and here one. Likewise, local residences for nurses and others. Same way, here is another one. That is Chintapurni, Devi Chintapurni. And also, this is prayer garden, that's written Bharat Mahan. In this, Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs and Christians, buildings are available. They can go there and pray. It's in buildings, you can say, for example, this is building here, Allah Akbar. Here is Om and something like this, and here is a Kamkal and likewise cruciform. And two, here is another one that is also regional complex, and it is in this form, E form. Because E means something, you can say it. You can say a spectral. It should give something attractive. And here is Guru Granth. Guru Granth is for six months. And also here is, can say, 15 August. Just now it's 18th August today. So this is also very good for our country, Bharat India. 15 August means our Heart Day, our Independence Day, our Freedom Day, our Remembrance to Sacrifices Day, and you can say this is our Pride Day. It lies in our minds as well as in hearts and conscience. And if you don't respect this, we don't respect ourselves. For Bharat Public, 15 August, and there is another one, Bharat Mata. It is Bharat Mata, and these letters are in Hindi, Bharat Mata. And here is Trishul, I did not place here, and the other one I can say, for example, here is very different one. If you say I didn't find place for this also. This is water garden. This is a map of this country, Bharat, India, you can say. This is map of this country, and streams will flow onto this. It shall be placed inclined, not horizontally. A structural design will be done, RCC structure. It shall be placed in Bharat. All these shall be fountains on this, and you can say like this. All symbols are there: Christianity, Sikhs, 786 in Arabic form, swastik. Likewise, whatever will be possible, and people will be able to move around. Means it's a tourist place. You can say like a tourist place. A flag hoisting here, and it's a tourist place like that. People can walk inside on platforms, and platforms are here. Access routes, you can say, not roads, access routes. All these are there. So this is very complicated, but it's an interesting one because it should be there in your vicinity of where you are living, and that is really very important, and we have to be serious about that issue. And after that, you can see here as another one, and this is, you may say, this is Parvati, Devi Parvati. Here is Annapurna. Here is let us see complete Chintapurni, and here is Parvati, and also here is, you can say, Brahmastra. Brahmastra, which is shown in serial Bharat Brahmastra, and here is Maha Lakshmi, Devi Lakshmi. This is here Devi Lakshmi, which is very supportive for everybody, those who have no problems of life in financial way, and also who are well known in society. Here is Saraswati, Devi of intelligence, and this is Devi of prosperity and money, and this is intelligence. Though people do not just the music, but I think it's mind Devi. And here is a longitude I placed, and this is Quran Sharif, and here is, I say, this other word Ramayana Gita, and here is Mahabharat, likewise. And if you see here, there's another one. This is a little complicated one, but it is India. It is Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Bharat Mata Sabka Mandir. a different kind of thinking, that I consider, or we should consider, our nation, Bharat, India, like a temple. Or you can say temple doesn't mean temple for one sect or one region. Temple means it is something, which is worshipable. All are temples for me, no difference. Let me put on switch again for me slightly. For me, entire country is my temple, my home. Likewise, world is also my home. But I'm talking about our country because only country where this project can be done because of various reasons. This project is secular, and I think it's only country where we respect all religions, all faith. Many other countries don't. They just are, you can say, favorable for one and not favorable for other one. However, doesn't matter. It says Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai, Bharat Mata Sabka Mandir. I just try to squeeze space, but if somebody says no, it should be, I can widen this also, there's no problem. And this is another one, you can say I use swastik in shape of, where twinkling is saying in sky, is like a twinkling star, but it's not a star, it is, you can say, shape of swastik. And it's artistic one also, because you see so many passageways, walkways, and all that around, and all facilities has been given every year uniform policy of all. But the facilities are required, for example, carports, for community center, for medical, for market, for school, and as you can say, police station, substation, even swimming pools if required, because the water problem may exist. It doesn't matter, every time can be. And this is another one which is in T shape, continuation of T. For example, here is T, 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 and T. You can see this in a highlighted form or hatched form. You may say like this, T and T and T. It's a kind of symbolic, And here is another one that you may see here. For example, I like to say Jai Mata Ki. Jai Mata Ki, which is very, very holy slogan for our people. And there is Bismillah. Bismillah. When we start something in Arabic, you say Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. So this is that Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. And here is Om Namo. Om Namo we call in Vedic language, Om Namo. And here is Mahavir Swami. This is for Jains, Mahavir Swami. And here is, here is very attractive, very powerful commercial complex in same residence. You may say it's a kind of central place for this township, which is commercially based and is like a district center. You may say like a district center, not exactly. India, a beautiful nation. There shall be letter forms, and there will be all commercial places around. No school, no, you can say, no, except substation, no school and no that type of market, but different type of market. And the places around which are carport places, and many carports are there, many substations are there. Likewise, you should fetch everything equally for all, and this building shall be different sizes than residential one. And there should be a tower. If you want to go and see from above, you can go to that tower. It's in cross form here, and roads or network is shown. Then there's another one here, and we can say this is in form of different, a kind of pistil diagram, not exactly pistil, but kind of pistil. Is also residential guest house type. It is regional flats. So, as you know, it comes now. There's a different of kids happiness. There's a kind of aeroplane, it's aeroplane shape, and very small complex for just to see if you have different kind of attractions there, and this is their different kind of attraction. And we have here, if you see here, and we go one by one. Here is Vivek Anand, our person from Bengal. Vivek Anand, very significant one as far as Devi is concerned, Kalka is concerned, Kali is concerned. And also likewise we can say here Namaste, Salam, Sat Sri Akal. This is shape of building. Namaste, Salam, Sat Sri Akal. Facilities are same, means depending on proportion. As other one, Tipu Sultan, Hyderabad and Andhra now, and this is Mother Teresa, well-known servant for people. She also, I think, got Nobel Prize, Mother Teresa. And here is Gandhi, Father Gandhi. Everybody knows about Father Gandhi, only I think maybe newborn baby may not know, but otherwise everybody knows. There's no meaning of explanation. I will only tell that Father Gandhi failed to get some prize, Nobel Prize, because of various reasons. Means he was assassinated. But see, humanity, day he was assassinated, that year no Nobel was awarded. I just went to that site and read, means Gandhi was nominated 5 times. But unfortunately, due to various reasons and because he was from law field, he couldn't get it. Law field is not permitted. However, his name is written. You go on Nobel website and see that his name is written there, and then it is our Venus. It's a planet Venus. We call Shukra, but doesn't matter. Whatever came to my mind, and here it is. This is rainbow, 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 and here is 7 heavens. 7 heavens. This is sky, sun, moon, stars, moon, star, and here is Namaste Salam. I will explain Namaste Salam. Now it is another one which is also very attractive. Let us see this one. This is swastik cruciform. This combination is different one. You can say it's kind of big complex where combination of swastik sign and cruciform are linked together, connected together to make something attractive, and facilities are same but so many are there. You can say it's that kind of complex. And here is Y shape complex. This is Y. Same way Naina Jawala Devi. I didn't write, I'm saying just Naina Jawala because you cannot write everything in this complex. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 0. Everybody knows, no need explanation. And in this case there is, then you can say here is after Venus, you may say Vishwamitra, Rishi Vishwamitra. Everybody knows about Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra is here, and here is Pray Garden, as I explained, another one. Then there is Vaishno Devi. Vaishno Devi is here, Vish, Vaishno Devi. This shrine is located in Jammu shrine location, Vaishno Devi, and millions people go there. And here is Nanak Naam Jahaj Pyare, that is written here. Nanak Naam Jahaj Pyare, and all facilities. And this is, then I go to there is another one, Jai Shri Ram. Though I don't like this, but it's written like this. I can change it, no problem. It's building Jai Shri Ram. If it's required, I'll make Jai Siya Ram also. Or I can amend on this Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram is written here. In those days, it was a political issue, so I just wrote that. Gautam Buddha, Siddharth we call him, Gautam Buddha, who started Buddha religion, Buddha Panth, not religion. And here is Jesus Christ, everybody knows. Here is Hanuman, and here is, here is Jupiter, Mercury. Jupiter on palm is on one hand, you can say on right, if right, see right hand, and Mercury on left side of right hand, otherwise on left it is reverse. And here is Shiva Brahma Vishnu here, and here is Annapurna. Before that, above is Mahakali. Here is Naina Jawala, I think, and here is Mahakali and Annapurna. Here is Muhammad Ismail Ibrahim. Muhammad Ismail Ibrahim. Here is Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, you know all that. And Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna. And if you do it like this, many are still missing. I could not complete all because of various reasons in this. And here is Muhammad. Here is some which laughed in this are here. These are also very attractive. For example, this swastik sign coming, rows and columns of swastik. 14, I think. 4 to 6, 5, 11 to 14, 17, I think. 17 or 18, 5, 4, 4 to 6, 6, 5, 11, 11 to 13, 4 to 17. 17 buildings of swastik in same direction, no opposite direction. And also here is Om in straight form, not in curved form, but a circle is formed here, like Connaught Place in Delhi, you may say. These are, Om, Om, Om in same direction. Direction is north reverse, and it looks like here roads are here in circular form. It looks like that, and then it is also another prayer garden, and here is Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. I think and this is, there may be many more, but I am taking only selected one. I will expand this one. I have to work on detailing of this as well, which I'll do. It takes time, but it's important one. We cannot just run blindly. We have to say very seriously as far as this is concerned. And I would say, I think people must feel what I'm talking. They must be bored now. No issue. You can feel bored, but this is something serious. I'm not joking. I want to do something well planned, not like what promoters and builders have been running blindly, not only in this country but elsewhere as well. Our nation's base and hearts must be preserved. It's not simply politics. I'm not talking politics. I'm talking publics. I'm working for people. I'm working public. And it is something, it's nothing new today. I tried to do it long back. When there was no computer, in those days I tried to do it in the 90s, but I cannot say what shall happen, but it's not my problem that what shall happen. Problem is, if I want to do something, I have to do it for people, for nation, for world. It's not simply for nation, it is for entire world in fact. Because you go to wherever, you'll find some kind of faith in whatever country you go. So everything has been considered here. There may be some exceptions also, I cannot say, but these four are major. I try to honor them because if, say for example, you take swastik. Swastik sign is considered bad sign for West world. It's not because of faith, but because swastik sign was born by Hitler. So that is the reason they I think hate it. Otherwise, they do not know meaning of swastik as far as faith is concerned. Same way sign, I have not even taken into this till now, but that is mark of David, which is entertained, which is authentic in state of Israel, state symbol it is. If it's a flag or say everywhere you find mark of David or one triangle in the opposite direction and the equilateral triangle combination is there, which we consider here in Shakti form, in power form, power of female and female Devi. I will consider that because it's difficult to accommodate houses, but I did not take that one into my consideration. I'll take that one. But in triangle, equilateral triangle, I have placed hospital swastiks, 3 buildings, as you have seen that one. No problem, but let me start something, let people start something, this big one. But it is going to be, a kind of symbolic, because every faith is there in this, and people should respect each and every faith. We should not quarrel, we should not have dispute on issue of faiths, because all faiths are relevant. No faith is basics, No faith is basically accepted. You may accept that, but universal does not accept anything. Universe is universe. You may have belief, you may have trust, you may accept what your guru says, but life is life. That's why I'm concerned. I'm not concerned in, you can say, something imaginary. It should be practical, because ultimately it's a question of life, it's a question of standards, It's a question of public quality. It's a question of residential quality. System should work properly just like nature works. I'm concerned with that because I have studied nature myself. Nobody can teach you nature. There's no book we can teach you. But one thing I know, there's a system everywhere in nature. And that system is expertise based, and you cannot say it doesn't work properly. Just think of, you may say, I'm talking. Suppose you can say Earth takes 24 hours on its own axle, and it takes, it's take 365 days, 365.25 days to revolve around such orbital movement. Other one is perpetual or axial movement. This is a system. Same way every planet is a system. System is defined for what time it takes for childbirth, what time it takes for animals' birth, what times it takes for seasonal change, what time it takes for crop growing. Means everything is defined, everything is set, well designed, and it has been working. Everything has been working for you can say billions of years. Nobody knows how many billions and billions. People may call yoga or anything. I don't consider that one because that's only imaginary. That's only consideration. But what I say, for me, for my understanding, there are about 10 yugas positive and previously negatives. Negative doesn't mean bad here. I'm talking of positive, which means now people say Kali Yuga is moving. I don't understand what do they mean by it. They say before Kali Yuga it was Dwapar Yuga, and I also don't understand what do they mean by that because they cannot explain anything. Then they say there was a Treta Yuga. Nobody explains anything. Then they say there was Satya Yuga. Right? This is our philosophy in this country. I do not know what others say, but even if you analyze this four, you will find that there's a mistake, there's a missing, some missing is there, some filling blank, playing and blank we have to fill. But we never think about it. Because whatever they said, we accept. We do not use this, this is something which is free of cost, but we do not use this. This is much more powerful than artificial intelligence. This is much more powerful than computer world. This is much more powerful than anything else. But we do not care about this. I'm talking mathematically, but they do not listen. I published also for a file, nobody cares. However, it's not time to criticize them. I'm trying to explain is, without mathematics, life cannot move. But people are very weak in mathematics, students are very weak. I don't think more than 5% or 2-3% students know well mathematics. Mathematics is life. Mathematics means real study. It's not simply English language or Hindi language or Sanskrit language or some other language. It is only mathematics, which is proven language because of existence of universe, existence of earth, existence of solar system, and existence of our body. Mathematics means life. Mathematics means intelligence. There can be no challenge to calculations. There can be no challenge or logic consideration for mathematics because it requires brain presence, brain activism. Otherwise, you can argue with other languages. Language is not a question here. I don't say English is bad or Hindi is good. I would not say that. Every language is scripted one, voiced one. Do you understand language of birds, language of animals, language of others, and voice in this way? But no, it's not. So it's a question of how do I take my consideration? How do I consider? That's why I say we have to be serious in this world. That is the only reason I want to reflect something pictorially, beautifully, and in a way people can use it for purpose of residence. You are paying money ultimately for something which you do not like, but you are bound to stay there, bound to reside in that. Well, let us say something. You may say, oh, I am going to a complex which name is Jesus Christ. Okay, if you say, oh, I am going to a complex which is Allah Akbar, I am going to a complex which is Vaishno Devi, I am going to Hanuman. At least something is there. Why not to think that way? Why should I say, oh no, this is just building and no. We have to be serious. Ultimately, it is for people. And if people like, we have to do it. It's a question of politics. It's a question of... But all this depends upon engineering. I am not considered the architecture. First, engineering is important. Architecture is artistic, but engineering where mathematics is involved, technology is involved, theory of structure is involved, design is involved, applied mechanics is involved, physics and chemistry are involved. Tell me which subject is not involved in engineering, in particular in civil engineering. Civil engineering means design, means construction, means maintenance, means tendering, means supervision, means residency, means whatever you can say, quality, every aspect of life, and on top of all, human. If human is not good, you cannot get good engineering. That is important part in life. And that was only reason, based on my experience, I should assemble whatever experience I got in. It doesn't come from university, it doesn't come from books. It comes from there. I am using power of my soul, and soul is the another subject, which is linked to Deva. You may say, I am entering, why I am taking a pulling soul? Without soul, we cannot survive. We have to keep that in mind. Power of soul, which is real universe engineering. It's not earth engineering, as I say again and again. I am talking of something supreme engineering, which is universe engineering, which is nature's engineering, which is above religion engineering. There is no religion in universe, no faith in universe. We say religion. Why don't say religion? We only say religion. Means something we think and it's okay. Stories may be there, epics may be there. I'm not talking about, I'm talking is existence. Can you know what's the religion of sun? Can you know what's the religion of sky? Can you know what's the religion of all these cows and buffaloes and all animals? No religion. We say this. Please do not mind. I am not expressing here, explaining here anything about religion. I'm just trying to say power of soul. Soul. Soul has links to none of any present religions. Soul is religions or faiths free. It is entity which I cannot see but I can view. It's an entity which cannot work on its own if I do not work physically or I do not think physically. It's different type of entity, but biological body is visible. Everybody is living with soul in biological body. So we have to think in two words. One is biological or physical world, and one is non-biological, electromagnetic, I can say, or very radiations are there. That is power of rays, power of light, or you can say whatever you call it, power of energy. Ultimately it is energy that is called soul. But which energy it is, no one knows, because other energies known in physics and chemistry we know: potential energy, kinetic energy, this energy, and pulling energy, propulsion energy, this energy and that energy, which operates body and machines equally or whenever required is operating. But the fact is that we should be serious about that. Energy I'm talking about is soul, which is very, very different. Soul. Atma we call in our language. Who also it is called, and also called Indi. Indi, my mother used to call Indi, don't annoy me with my Indi. And also likewise you can say, some people call something, doesn't matter. Ultimately it is soul. Atma means atom actually. Atma is just a twisted word. It is atom. This is real atom, not material based atom, not metallic atom. It is atom which has no links to material world, no links to biological world. It is something which cannot be realized in physical world, but it is most important, it's most powerful, that without use of which we cannot survive. And that is important part we have to be serious about. And if we are not serious about this, we cannot do anything. Seriousness is life, and if you do not understand seriousness, no one can help it. So that was only reason I tried to combine power of soul in my engineering, in my physical world, because engineering cannot survive if soul doesn't survive. My body cannot survive if soul doesn't survive. Your body cannot survive if soul doesn't survive. Our nature cannot survive. Our trees, our nature, our mountains, and whatever we are doing, our air contents, our earth, or whatever, we are dependent on soil and crops and whatever you can say. No one, no entity can be successful, can be living if soul does not work. My destiny is soul, your destiny is soul, and soul means that we have to be serious about, and that is क्या चाहिए, मैं काम भेज कुछ भी हाँ तो गया इसी टाइम देखना है इनको, अपने आप लेगा देख ले। हाँ 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 okay. So what I'm saying is really very important point. We have to be serious about that. I'm not trying to convince anyone. There's no need of convincing this. You know about this. Only problem is people take, or they shy, they feel something, oh, what you're talking about self. But remember, you shy or you don't shy. Electricity is required for running a machine, and it's a kind of low power electricity, lowest power electricity that moves in our body, and we have to be serious about this. And this is very, very important point. And if we do not understand this, we can't do anything. And that is the only reason I am behind quality, I am behind material use, I am behind human use, I am behind nature's use, I am behind soul's use. Every entity is required for everyone. I have got many parts in my body like you have. You think about that. Can you stay? Can you live? Can you work? Can you feel? Can you do or think if you don't have soul? Nobody can think. So you think artificial world is just fake world. Real world is that we cannot see. We are living in a fake world because we are transiting. We are just traveling this world. We cannot take any particle from this world. But soul we take because we go in soul form. Our body remains here. That point cannot be challenged by anybody. So my dear, what I was talking is quality is very, very important. That quality which we are not understanding. Now I will like to take a file here which is a quality file, and I'll discuss with you that one. And quality cannot be challenged by anyone, and that is very important point. Quality cannot be challenged by anybody, and that quality is here in this form. And here is this, hold on please, this is here, this is my quality file, and we have to see this one. Well, let me see first of all time is there now, about it is about 37 minutes. No problem. I'm talking about quality requirement, quality and coordination, which cannot be disregarded because both are linked. Many people do not understand what is coordination. People are now getting oriented onto something which cannot be relied upon, and I would call it artificial intelligence. I'm an engineer. I understand what is artificial intelligence, and I understand advancement was there. But can you depend on artificiality? That's a question mark. When nature exists, you exist, why can I depend upon artificial world? There can be errors, there can be manipulation. I have suffered based on artificial intelligence trading like software, fake softwares. So when I got my intelligence with me, why I should worry about artificial? I think it's only business of those software people. They just want to make money. There is no result of that. There can be errors and mistakes every year because reliable checks do not exist. You have seen many defects, many failures in this world because of various advanced technologies. We should be advanced but not, irrespectively speedy advanced. Body takes time for construction. Same way everything is good. However, I'm not criticizing anyone. Computer cannot be trusted. We cannot trust that one absolutely. Computer can be made a tool. I cannot make myself a tool to computer. It's happening in the reverse direction actually. Computers come. So we have to think about quality and coordination. We should not just run away from that. And that's why I try to talk about this. And many times I discuss with you what it is, how does it work. This file is also available somewhere. For example, we have a quality document in our country which is called Constitution of India. That is called a quality document, though it cannot also be relied upon 100% because in those days whatever people thought. But at least some document is available. These days people don't read documents. They just use mobiles for whatever they want to search, or computer, whatever they search. They don't use mind, means they are in haste that I should get this information immediately. They don't refer to books. But scientific temper is very important. I'm talking about scientific temper. My body itself is based on science. Maybe it's medical science, but before medical science, another science which is soul science. Who constructed my body? It constructed on its own. There was no doctor, no manufacturer in my body. Who did it? Don't you realize this? No scientist, no doctor, no engineer was available in my body when it was being constructed. It was automatically. Who constructed this then? Question is nature, question is soul, question is supreme, question is whatever else. It was constructed by them. So it's very important. So we have to see, we have to be, inclined to scientific temper, not to fake temper, not to imaginary temper, not to religious temper, not to anything else, but to scientific temper, and we have to inquire everything. Whatever is, we have to inquire ourselves. We have to inquire and know what reform should be, but that should be linked to universe library. We want to get excellence, but how? Physical excellence or real excellence? That's an important point. If my mind knows everything, it's not just physical, but it knows aftermaths of everything, can say yes, it's real one. That's how we say to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity, so that nation constantly rises to higher level of. And here it's not only a question of nature, but also it's a question of every nation. I would say rather than they should accept everybody in world. But what's happening now? There's no quality in civil life. Forget army, forget air force, forget all. People are being killed by unnatural way, by leaders' commands. Means, for example, you can take example of Palestine. Israel has been killing them as if they are vegetables, they are carrots, they are potatoes. Means you cut them and use them. Same is happening in Ukraine. Same is happening with us when we are under British regime. Same thing happened when Mahabharat. Same thing happened before also. Same thing happened in Germany, Hitler. Means killing is our motto. Do you want people killed, be killed? Who accepts that? But political leaders don't worry about that because they want their job safe. Every political leader is job oriented. My post should not go. Nobody cares for quality. Person like USA president talks something which is illogical. Our country heads talk something which are illogical. Like what we can say, we have to stop sleeping. And what does sleeping mean here? Sleeping doesn't mean physical sleep. Sleeping doesn't mean that. Here sleeping and talking is mental sleeping, soul sleeping. Remember, soul can never sleep. Soul is your beautiful friend, most reliable friend if you want to have purpose to use it. But you do not even understand. You go to gurus, you go to this, is all waste of time. Who is guru there? No guru, you are your own guru. There is no except God is guru, supreme is guru, that is guru. These are all fake gurus. Don't worry about them. Your soul is your guru. Everyone stop sleeping and attempt seriously to achieve reliable quality and reliable coordination which are required to be my and everyone's friend. That is important point to understand that. Because I and thus cannot satisfactorily work in profession without these both domains, for these are not considered absolute domains but supportive and inclusive ones. I say supportive and inclusive one. These are two domains, quality domain and coordination domain, but how they are linked, that point is there. How should we link? What is purpose of linking? That you can think about. If you do not link them, one shall be on this end and other shall be on other end, and there shall be random movement in between two, which movement will not bring anything positive. And that's point we have to be really serious. Quality and coordination, it is something, reliable consideration without which even your body cannot run. Because our body is qualitative. We have to accept this fact because it works well, it functions well. It works well because it is naturally constructed, not artificially. It is not assembled. It was constructed from whole to part. And always Supreme or Universe does it. It never gives a single piece. It gives a comprehensive piece, absolute piece, which is put direct to use. For example, banana, apple, or whatever else fruit or vegetable or crops you think about, and you think about which fruit, which vegetable or which product that nature delivers. Is that unit or it's packed one? Is a packed in a way it's required one. It's packed in a way that it gives consideration of air, consideration of water, consideration of soil, consideration of sun in all its approaches. Every product is ready to be used. For example, banana, packed one, good one, expiry time is there. Apple, same thing. This means quality exists. Not only quality, functions and total quality, quality totality exists, and there must be function of coordination, automatic function of coordination, which we do not understand. So I am very serious about coordination and quality. Quality, you may say according to your thinking, but quality doesn't mean what you think that's quality. Quality of totality, not simply met all resources, what are going to use for production of whatever item, analytical quality, synthetic quality, assembly quality, and you may say research quality, and function quality, manufacture quality, thinking quality, and negative and positive considerations both based on merits and demerits. But do we do that? Today, what is happening all over the world? Everybody wants to run, and run. Nobody wants to stay, take a chance, take a period and say, okay, let me think. Just keep on running, and running. But where's destination? Ultimately, you have to come back because it's circular or spherical, and there is no end point on sphere or in circle. So you have to beware. You do not know that. That point is really very important one for everyone. If you think you are right, and if you don't think you are right, you can't even think. So quality and coordination is a big science, you may say, which you have to think yourself. There's no book, no syllabus, no examination. If you want to be successful on your own, it doesn't success in profession. I am saying first of all success in your own lead, and that lead is very important. It is engineer that has to handle these domains in profession, but otherwise everybody is an engineer. If you do anything your way, your own thinking, your own design your way, and you get best results, optimum results, and that's also good. So we say it is quality engineering and coordination engineering, and this is very, very significant one. Means you may say I'm talking something professionally. Yes, it is professionally as well as socially I'm talking. You sometimes don't realize when you have some event, for example, in your home or elsewhere, you have to think about how shall I organize this, and you know that because of experience. Your parent know, your other know because of experience, or you hire someone that knows what's requirement, but you do not know what are those links and activities here. There's no book, there's no theory, no procedure written, but mind works, and that's important. Ultimately, whatever you write, whatever you think, that's mind has to work. So that's where quality counts in. Every successful event, quality event, is based on coordination. Without coordination, you cannot do it. Like if your body doesn't coordinate properly, your all parts do not coordinate, your mind doesn't supply information to your parts when it is required, and your body parts do not work in unison simultaneously, you cannot be healthy person. You cannot be healthy person. Every part should work whenever its time arrives to work, and that is important point. And we have to think about that, we have to work about that. Coordination means, what is coordination? Co-ordination. What is that? You may be knowing geometry, that there is x-o-x and y-o-y-axis. X-o-axis horizontal and y-o-y vertical is considered in geometry. This means I'm not talking of x-o-axis, I'm talking of y-o-y-axis and x both. So there may be many lines on x-axis parallel to y-axis. There may be many lines. These are, you can say, are informations, and these are required for something. You should know, that's expertise. If you do not know what's required for what you are going to do, then you are not expert on that. You have no right to work independently. Then you have to take support of someone, or you have to support someone. And if you know everything about that, and you know timings of that, what timings are there. So you can say that is called material for coordination, substance for coordination. And when you combine these all, consider everything at this time this should come, and you do not leave anything behind. That is called coordination. And when you don't leave anything and do it exactly which is required, you may say it is quality work, quality activity. It's very simply why I'm explaining to you. A law is there, and quality is not a joke. It's something very powerful. It has to be considered accordingly, and if we don't consider accordingly, we can't do anything in that way. We have to be serious. We have to be the most important person in this way. And if you don't do that, means something is wrong somewhere. So that's the reason I talk of human quality, which is top person, top entity in whatever we do. Don't think computer is top. I say person is top. Even that person works at lowest profile or that person works at highest profile. It doesn't make a difference. Today I am finding world over that our political leaders in all countries do not have any kind of reliable quality, because they are command, they are everywhere. Without them no $1 can be issued. So these political leaders are only interested in preservation of their seats, political seats, means it's job for them. They don't care for humanity, they don't care for material of nature, they don't care for nature, they don't care for anything, but they say only promises and promises and promises, and no fulfillment of promises. This means there exists no quality in politics anywhere. But society exists. Society has to think. Society cannot know. No. That's why I say, I'm talking to quality. Where are you, my quality? Are you there? Or you are not there? That is important point. No way. If you have good living cannot come just by speech or just by material exhibition. I've seen people, oh, I am a trillionaire, I am billionaire, I am having 10 lakhs rupees, 10 lakhs crores rupees with me. And these press people, these video people, oh, this person is having 10 lakh crores wealth. So, what to do? Can you eat it? Are you helping people who require this money? Did you get this money by excavating earth? How did you get this money? By doing hard work. This is, you planned, you got money and you multiplied that money, thrived that money. But you did not give anything to world. You're enjoying. My question is, I'm not against that you're not billionaire. You should be, you can be, but how? Did you add anything to world? Did you add anything to this country? Did you do something we should help every person without any of your interest? You did not do that. This means you may be trillionaire, but you are not having any quality personality. You are not having quality mind. That's why I'm saying I am not against anybody, but your money is not your one. Don't forget. Money is just exchange. It's not material. Material can be exchanged, and that's called money. It is reference to material that world has given to us, and world has given to us means nature has given to world. That point we should not forget. This is money, but not material, not resources. Your body is also money, but it's not resource, because you have to live one day. Same way material is to be left here. You cannot take any material with you. And you cannot take anything from here except your soul. This means your soul is exceptional in this world. If your soul is exceptional, you have to be a different person. You have to think about soul, and then you have to ask soul, tell soul, this is my problem and I have to be different person. I have to do something. I'm talking, the red lines exist which must be turned to green lines. But who is thinking about that? You are not even experiencing your own rays, own radiations of your soul. And that is really unfortunate. You are not doing that. But point is not that. Point is how much quality point we understand. That point is something very, very important one. And we have to be there with that consideration. That is a big consideration we have to think about. And here is, you may say, here is something I'm talking of, and that is, must think quality and do it for world. Do not ignore, use soul oracle, spheres, spectrums, personality making must. Civil engineering and engineering quality must for nature's given resources. Use mind first, use mind first. That is requirement. But people do not use mind, they use minds of others. And they think, I am using this person, that's why I'm intelligent. Person is intelligent, you are not intelligent. You are just paying money. Means you are a businessman, you just want to use others. But that won't give you satisfaction. You may get business promoted, but you would not get otherwise. Use mind first. Have quality mind. It's a must. Do it for your good mind. Mind it. If you can, no ignorance, no religion connection, soul is original religion. Soul engineering is your permanent own wealth. No one can steal it from you. Use it. And when I'm saying a civil engineer, I am not saying I'm soil engineer, but I'm soil engineer. So only spelling is you and I, soul or soil. So you believe in soil or you believe in soul, that you have to decide. And that is something you may say, oh, I am believing in soil because I want to construct this building, but I do not know what is soil because I have to do something. We cannot consider it like that. Without soil, you can not grow crop, and without soul, you cannot grow crop of your brain, that is mind. For intellectuals, use soul and mind to plan, to do, to check, to find, and to you can say act. Every intellectual performs work, does work. Soul is used, mind is used, planning is used, doing is used, checking is used, finding is used, and acting. This is a sequence, is a string that every activity requires. Do not be enemy of your own, and that means do not be enemy of your soul. That is different one. Supreme and earth. Use intellect. If you do not work quality, do it, have better CV. And if you do bad work, it means you are acting against that power that is in charge of this world. You cannot do that. That is not acceptable. But if you do not believe, that's another point. You should believe to get better results. And that's why, sometimes world suffers. People suffer because they do not know. अभी देखता हूँ, ले जाओ उधर ले जाओ इसको. So I'm saying soul is reality of life. People sometimes joke with this talking soul. Okay, joke, but facts cannot be. Engineering means facts. I understand this. Soul is a fact, just like body is a fact. Body can be seen, but soul cannot be seen, which means you don't believe it. Can you see rain? Yes. Can you see air? You see, yes, you cannot see air. It's invisible. You can see air. Can you see sky? Oh yes, it is blue. That is only color. Did you go there? Can you see center of earth? You cannot see, but it is there. Can you see your conscious? You don't believe, I don't believe, just say, no. You believe or you do not believe, but conscious exists, soul exists. Did you see electrical circuit? Did you see electrical supply? You say, oh yes, there's a wire is there. But did you see electrical current yourself? You say no, but it works. You have seen cable, you have seen wire, but you are using it, but you do not know what's that. Did you see your respiration? You say, oh, I am respirating. You are respirating. Did you see respiration except using device? No. Same thing I'm saying. Soul cannot be seen, and something that cannot be seen is always very powerful, is always precious, is always very clear, because nobody can manipulate that one. Very important point. Whatever can be used can be cut, can be broken, can be manipulated, can be sold, but soul can never be sold. Just like your respiration cannot be sold, respiration cannot be transferred, soul cannot be transferred, nature cannot be transferred, but mind also cannot be transferred. It can be used by others, but it cannot be transferred. Mind and soul are linked. Soul is real mind. Our mind is biological mind. So we have to be little different as far as this is concerned. And if you understand this point, I think you can understand everything. Aaron by Aaron. Aaron. I can understand everything properly, and that way you can say we can do whatever we wish. There's no problem in this. We can understand what is required. We can say I will see you next time. As this is over today, I am going to close it now. थैंक यू वेरी मच. जा देख रहा हूँ, एक मिनट रुक जा, एक मिनट जा बाहर, अभी बंद कर रहा हूँ, बंद कर रहा हूँ, कर दिया बंद. चलो.